Hello and welcome to the show. We are back at the Bajarama circuit, driving 3 more cars till destruction. All of today's vehicles are kind of themed around having different sorts of engines. For example, this Covet that we start with is a diesel. With the exception of the bus, I think the truck had a diesel engine. It might just have a very big petrol engine. I'm not actually sure on that. But we certainly haven't had a diesel car go before in this series, so we're going to give the Covet a try. Having said that, the original Covet that went, it failed. I think it was a wheel axle actually that snapped on the Covet. Nothing engine related, and I don't know if this has got any stronger, any heavier duty suspension going on or not. We will have to wait and see. It's not the most amazingly powerful vehicle in the world, and it is a little bit of a departure from having used race and rally cars and drag cars in the previous episode to now drive a 1.9 litre diesel Covet around here that's doing 45, 46 miles an hour. Actually, that's not too bad a jump over there, although the rear suspension did not look like it really enjoyed that too much. But there we go. Come on, little Covet, we can make it. Oh, the front did not like that. Oh, there goes the front bumper. We've eaten the front bumper, but it has been spat out the other side relatively well. That's, I guess, nice. Could have been worse. Could have got wrapped up around the wheels and punctured tyres, so we'll take it just falling out the back of the car. Oh, boing. Oh, well, there goes the radiator. Oh, we're going off exploring now. Where are we going? Why are we over there? Well, the radiator not massively stronger on this car. I had slightly hoped that it might be. I don't know what's going to happen in regards to overheating with a diesel. I don't know how it's simulated on Beam. I don't really know how the different engines are simulated on this game. So, yeah, we will have to kind of wait and see what might happen. Oh, we made it across radiator springs only just, but we have done it. That's nice. Oh, might have been a little eager with the handbrake there. It wasn't really going as quick as it was, well, as my brain was half expecting it to. Never mind, we're fine. We've made it relatively well, apart from the radiator. Ooh, carefully does it across these bumps. There we go, we're fine. We're okay. The suspension is all in one piece at the moment. However, this is probably going to be the bit that hurts the Covet, because we haven't got the speed. Ideally, you want to have the speed to kind of take these. Well, if you have to have a very fast car to be able to do these in doubles. If you get it right, though, that will minimise your damage. Stuck doing it like this, and you're just going to be taking crash after crash, but there's nothing else you can do. With the Covet here, I'm not allowed to simply crawl around the lap at 10 miles an hour, because everything will survive if you crawl around the map at 10 miles an hour. I'm hoping we will have enough speed to at least get a little bit of rhythm going on here. Oh, look at that! It's bouncing nicely. We've buckled up the suspension a little bit, but there we go. Look at the Covet dance. The rear suspension is taking a little bit of a hurt. We've made it further than the normal Covet. The diesel one, don't say anything just yet, because we haven't made it onto its second lap. We're good. We're fine. Everything is okay. Yep, we are. We are okay. We're going to go past the Legrand's breakdown point, and we will make it onto a second lap with our diesel Covet. Temperature is going up. It's starting to get a little bit towards the top of the scale, so I don't think we're going to be on for a record. Yeah, unless the engine overheats differently. As I said, I don't know how these are coded into the game, these mods, but yeah, unless it will last a lot longer while overheating, I guess is possible. Come on, car. I know you're taking a little bit more battering. Oh, you're probably not going to be as quick. Oh, it's not going to matter. Oh, we've caught fire as well. It was again the front wheel axle. Ah, god damn it. Yeah, I don't know what it is with a Covet that bursts into flames at the front. It's very unusual for it to not be the fuel tank on this game, but something else has caused the car to burst into flames. But it was the front wheel axle that would give way on the landing of a jump. It made it onto its second lap, so it is a little bit further. The diesel engine managing to propel it, and it did an amazing job down the motocross section. Did a really very, very good job of keeping itself fast enough to get across the jumps and get some half-decent landings down there, but just repeated smashing at the front of the car, and you can see how low it is to the ground there. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse damage-wise until, you know, it eventually lands on it at an awkward angle and snaps it, and that will be... yeah, the Covet out, but it made it on to its second lap. So, our next vehicle is staying with the diesel theme. We have got the classic Bajarama. However, this is an estate variant. It's got the 1.9 litre diesel engine, and this one is turbocharged, and it is all-wheel drive. So, yeah, quite a departure from the Covet, and quite a departure from the classic Bajarama that we have had run around here before. As far as sort of expectations, well, the classic Bajarama itself did pretty well. This all-wheel drive is helpful. All-wheel drive is always good. It means that you can potentially get away with losing a wheel axle, with losing a wheel, and it will probably still claw its way around. You can also survive with a broken drive shaft. You know, you're likely to be landing on the front of the car. It's quite likely to damage the front, so you can get away with losing the front drive shaft. Of course, you damage both of them, then that will still be game over. But yeah, we will see what we can do. That landed very much on the middle of the car across that jump. That's not quite as quick as I was expecting it to be. I guess, while yes, this is turbocharged and will have all-wheel drive traction, it is also heavier than the Covet. So we've not quite got as bigger a distance on those jumps as I was hoping we would see. Having said that, the drive shaft's in one piece, the radiator isn't damaged, so that is all good. Is it still going to remain undamaged after that? Yes, we sort of scraped our face along the floor, and we have got away with no damage from that, so maybe the radiator's a bit sturdier in this one. As I say that, we are now coming up to Radiator Springs, notorious for, well, killing radiators. We're going to aim. Now, I'm hoping... Oh, there, yes, we've got it across. That Radiator Springs jump, if you aim to the left, it's a little bit of a nicer landing zone. However, you have to jump further. To the right, I think it is slightly lower lip that you can aim for. And in cars like this, where you are really pushing it to make it across the jump, that just slightly lower lip can be a radiator saver, which is why you'll often see me aiming to that side of the jump. We have made it onto the motocross section. We're going to get enough speed to get a double on the first one. We're not going to get enough speed to get a double there, though, are we? Nope. Indeed, we will not. Now, we just begin the pain. Unlike the rally car that got an absolutely lovely rhythm down here, that's going to be the radiator gone, but it has survived pretty well. I'll give it that. It's almost survived the first motocross section, so... It's about average, I guess. I say about average. No, it's probably better than average as far as radiators go for living around here. It's whether the rest of the car will give up before it's before it overheats. Did that do anything to the wheels? I think we got away with it. Wheels are proving to be pretty strong, and it's got just enough power. It's getting just enough speed to get across these jumps relatively well. It looks like we've got a bit of positive camber on that rear right wheel, but it's not causing us any massive issues, which is nice across these jumps, although that's a big shaking and wobbling around no end. However, we are going to get on to lap number 2. Which is relatively straightforward, actually, as well for this car, which is pretty good going. You know, we've passed the Legrand, etc. It's whether we can now start to, well, survive Radiator Springs for a second time is always a tough one. As the car goes around the course, it's going to take more and more of a battering, and it's going to generally be slower on the second time of asking. We only just made it the first time, so we might be pushing our luck on the second time. Yeah, we're not jumping quite as far. We've hit this... I think we hit the... Did we hit the sort of second ridge on our first run across there? I'm not sure. Either way, we're not quite getting... Although we are still climbing up there, which is nice. Don't run over your own bodywork. Oh, we're starting to twist now on takeoffs. That's not so good. It's not so good. I think we might have... that front left is... Oh, yeah, the front left isn't looking healthy. Front left's at silly angles. So we're now going to be having to fight the car, I think. Oh, that's a big crunch. Amazingly, nothing broke from said big crunch. Oh, we've got many cambers going on at the back. Come on, roll over. It's looking a little bit the worse for wear, I'll be honest now. Oh, that's a lot of... oh, that's not good. That is the Bajarama of many camber going on at the rear wheel. And bloody hell. With it being all-wheel drive, of course, that one rear wheel is wanting to twist, especially when the front of the car, well, we've not really got much choice over Radiator Springs, because otherwise we're going to go exploring scenery we shouldn't be at. Yeah, especially if the front leaves the ground, and then we've got the rear at that angle, we're going to be pretty much taking off from all of these jumps wonky. It's not really what you want. you don't really want to be taken. So we've got to kind of preempt. Oh, that's really difficult to do. We've got to try and leave the jumps now sideways. We've got to leave the jumps sideways, anticipating for the car to try and correct itself. And now also I'm really struggling to flip the car over. Come on. Come on, there we go. Ugh. Don't really want to do any more damage in rolling the car over. However, we've got to get it back onto its wheels. Oh, we're starting to lose bits of bodywork. So yeah, all of these ramps we're going to have to start steering to the left, essentially, to kind of counteract what the... Oh, maybe that's a little bit too much. Oh, the axle's gone. Actually, no, that's good. That's actually the best thing that could have happened. Because the axle's now dead, we've got no drive going to that wheel. So with three-wheel drive... means we're going to be probably pulling a little bit, but not as bad as we were. That's fine. I'm perfectly happy with it. Now we've got now we've got the Bajarama of many flappy things. We've got doors, we've got boot, we've got rear bumper, front bumper as long as it's gone, and the rear left wheel are all flapping whenever we go across a jump. It's not Flappy Birds, it's Flappy Cars, and this one's upside down again. It's fine. We just need to go and roll it back over. Oh, that was by the door, not the roof, not the cleverest thing. Oh, what was that? Something just snapped? What pinged off? Oh, rear bumper. Rear bumper went flying. I thought the rear wheel had got... Not that it would really matter, make no difference, apart from we'd have slightly less stability, I guess. Oh, not again, with the rolling over... See, this is where we start having the issues of we're now going too slow to make these jumps properly. Having said all of that, and while the temperature is gradually creeping up on our diesel estate, as the rear wheel flaps around, we are heading on towards lap 3. Oh, as I say that, we're going to go for another very, very big roll. There we go. We're fine. We're fine. We've made it. We are on towards our third lap in the Bajarama, and that is pretty damn good going. It's made it further than the standard one as we bounce and shuffle our way around a corner. We're not... Oh, that's not good. That might be undrivable now. That is undrivable. Oh, that's an unfortunate let go for the Bajarama. That's very unfortunate. However, I don't know what caused that. That's really weird. Well, I say I don't know what caused it. What was it, front right that let go? I think, drive shaft. Yeah, we actually do still have steering, but we have no drive. We're essentially two-wheel drive at the moment, and the diffs are all given up. I think what happened is we rounded, kind of coming onto this third lap, the suspension was flapping about so much that it bounced the car up onto its side, and at the speed we were going, at the angle that it was all at, as it bounced the car up onto its side, it kind of leant over on that wheel and snapped it off. So that will be the death of the Bajarama. A shame overheating-wise, engine survivability-wise, it was doing very, very well. And as I said, we got away with losing one wheel axle. It made an interesting fist of getting around the lap with various flapping things on the car. However, in the end, loss of two wheel axles is a little bit too much for the Bajarama to overcome. And to finish off today, we have got the SBR4. This, moving away from diesel power, is an electric car, 500 horsepower as well, so plenty of speed. It is also all-wheel drive, which is very helpful. The biggest advantage with the electric power is we don't have a radiator to brake. I don't know if you can overheat the electric motors, come to think of it. I don't know if you drive them really hard for a very long time, whether you can overheat them, but we're certainly not going to overheat them from a broken radiator. That is a very, very helpful thing when it comes to tackling this course. So potentially this could challenge... Oh, there goes the rear bumper. Could challenge the Grand Marshal, I think. However, it is still electric power in a sports car kind of chassis, sports car setup, which means the suspension is probably still susceptible to some of these jumps. There's still going to be big, heavy landings for a sports car. Now, we do have the speed, like so, to clear these jumps, get some nice smooth landings and keep the car going for now. Once we start taking damage, which we are going to at some point, it's inevitable around this course, once you start taking a little bit of damage, we start struggling with speed and so on, or we just get slightly sideways out of a corner or slightly out of position, etc. then we might start having trouble because we're going to be hitting the ground. We're going to be carrying a lot of speed across jumps. We're going to be hitting the ground quite hard. And that, I think, is where this car might come undone. Ooh, okay, we're going to go for a spin. That's fine. We can get away with that. We'll just do a little donut at the top before tackling radiator springs. A little bit of showboating. It's fine. It's fine. All the best cars do that at this course. Yeah, we're still we're still perfectly clear to get across radiator springs. We've lost a rear bumper. The front is a little bit smashed up. Again, no real concerns with the car at the moment in time. Oh, as I say that, we're going very sideways. Oh, that's going to hurt. That's not what you want to be doing at all down here. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Couldn't regain composure quite in time. Now, can we get the all-important double down here? If we can keep the rhythm up, we might be able to get away with not too much damage. Oh, no, we can't keep the rhythm up. We've lost a drive shaft. What drive shaft have we lost? Are we a front-wheel drive or are we a rear-wheel drive? I would say rear-wheel drive. Okay, we're fine. We've lost the drive shaft at the front of the car. However, steering is still good. That's important. Yeah, my kind of little bit of fear with this, the suspension isn't strong enough to land the higher impact jumps. In fact, we're now pulling quite badly. Oh, get back on the course. There we go. We're pulling quite badly to the left as we approach these jumps. We're just going to take that one sideways. It's fine. In fact, that front left does not look happy. The front left doesn't really steer right, so we have lots of steering, or we have normal steering to the left, but steering to the right is limited. I say that. I think we can probably steer with the rear a lot in this car at the moment. There we go. Oh god, that front is really unhappy now. That front is really unhappy, and I'm struggling to accelerate out of corners. Okay, reverse it around. Come on, get going, get going, get going. Unfortunately now we have lost our... I say our cushion, probably shouldn't phrase it like that, but we've lost the front drive, so if we lose a wheel axle now, chances are we're going to be in trouble. We might get away with losing a wheel, a front wheel we could probably get away with. A back wheel would kill us because then we'd be left with one-wheel drive, and the differentials tend not to let the cars work unless you have a welded diff, but as far as I know, this car doesn't. So, yeah. Oh, come on. You can make it around here. Thankfully, most of these... a lot of these corners are left-handers. There are a couple of nasty right-handers. The corner after Radiator Springs, if we survive Radiator Springs, might be a bit of a pain. Ouch. Oh, no, we're good. The front of the car, though, is so broken that it doesn't really make a huge amount more difference if we hammer that. If we hammer the front left, it's already pretty knackered. So we hit that side again, and it can't really do it. I say it can't do a huge amount more damage. It can, we can lose what little steering we do have, I guess. So we probably don't want to hammer that side any more than absolutely necessary. We're drifting an absolutely ruined car through that turn, but there we go. Oh, this is going to go badly wrong unless I can regain control, which I cannot. Okay, it's fine. We're upside down, but we don't have to worry about, well, overheating. We don't have to worry about breaking the radiator. We don't have to worry about the engine being starved of oil, etc. Because it's just the motors. I think the motors are at the front of the car, actually. Again, I don't know if we can physically break the motors, much like you can have just full-on engine failure if you hit the engine too hard. I don't know if we can do that with the car. That is actually something to be concerned about with the front of the vehicle. Didn't think about that before we set off, but there we go, because you can see through the plexiglass at the back. There is nothing, as far as I can see anyway, nothing in the back of the car. Oh, also, just notice how low the back of the body is riding. I didn't realise we'd taken such a beating on that suspension. This is what the extra speed of the electric motors are doing to the car. Oh, we're hitting the ground very hard. And no. Nope, that's not going to land nicely. But it's also not going to land breaking anything else. I might have bent the roof up a little bit more. And the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm fearing we're actually going to get it beached. We're rear-wheel drive, which means that if we come across, one of these motocross jumps wrong, if we're a little bit slow kind of on the approach, or hell, even some of the other bumps and jumps around here, we approach one of these at a wonky angle, we might get to the point where we just beach the car, and there will be nothing that we could really do about it. Still going, though. Still, it marches on. Please don't tell me that snapped. No, it didn't. We've still got the front left is holding on for dear life. I think that's... Oh, we are now landing on just the chassis. There's nothing... Yeah, oh, there's a battery falling out! What happens if we hit that a lot? Can we actually... Oh dear. Oh dear. Trouble. Trouble. Yeah, we've actually smashed the car. We've bent the chassis so much that we are in real danger of beaching the car. This could be a first. We've never had a vehicle go out through kind of chassis damage, like having the chassis so bent. We've had issues. We've had big problems with cars with bent chassis, and it tends to be that the chassis will bend, and then as you take jumps, it'll hit something more significant, most likely the drive shaft, and that tends to be what goes in the cars. This, though, is all looking bad. This is looking very bad indeed. However, it's still soldiering on. It's soldiering on towards maybe a third lap. I don't know if we can make it onto a fourth. I'm going to be honest here. While it looked promising for a while, that chassis damage is... looking very problematic indeed. And of course, the more it's damaged, the more we're hitting the front of the car, the more likely is that front left to give up, or the front right give up. Either one of our steering wheels go, it will cause trouble. Oh, come on! Don't get beached there. We have not got beached there, which is nice. Oh, no, we're good. We're good. We're fine. Oh, we're going to go for a little bit of a spin. We've still got enough power in steering to lose control of our car. Just spin out the SBR4. Oh, this is quite a painful one, but we are heading on towards lap 3, maybe. What's gone on there? I think a bit of the chassis is now dragging on the floor and causing all sorts of janky issues. I'm full steering lock there, and we've only just made that corner. Oh, I'll be amazed if this makes it much further. However, we are on to our third lap. We have made it further than the Pazima, the classic Pazima diesel. We've made it further than the Moonhawk, the Sunburst, and if we can make it around this corner, the D-Series as well. It is not healthy, the SBR4. It is not healthy at all, but we are still going. We are still clawing our way around this course. It's been rear-wheel drive for a good couple of laps now. It's the chassis, though, that is the biggest concern. That's still causing problems. In fact, what might end up doing it, if the front of the chassis gets so bent that that drags on the floor, we might lose... and we're going to go over. We might lose because the front wheels are no longer touching the ground. That could be an interesting way to go out. Again, could be a new way to have a car fail. Oh, come on. Come on, there we go. Oh dear, we're going exploring again. Around we go. And, there we go, we're fine. We're fine. Of course, with all this damage, we are now struggling to get up to any sort of speed, so the kind of impacts are a little bit less. Oh, stop bouncing. Stop bouncing. Okay, maybe we just stop. Yeah, as it starts doing that, if we just stop, then we can actually get some speed up. I could do with getting nicer landings here, because this is just, it's just battering the front of the car. Oh, that's not good for the rear camber. Yeah, okay, so the rear of the car, the camber's still, it's still drivable. In fact, I think the whole body is twisted on the frame. Either that or both of our rear wheels have got sort of toe and camber that kind of complements each other in a weird sort of a way. The batteries, the electric motors are all flapping about. Oh, we might be in trouble here. I'm not sure we're gonna... Oh, we are gonna make it up the hill. Come on, keep going. Oh, we're not quite beaching ourselves. We're not quite beaching ourselves yet, but how many more hits can it take? If it's to beat the Grand Marshal, it's got to go for another lap yet. The Grand Marshal made it on lap 4 to Radiator Springs. That was where it finally died. This... Oh, come on! Keep going! Yes! We're out the other side! We are still going in the SBR4. It's horribly, horribly broken. We are lacking steering massively at the moment. The front wheels are at all sorts of a wonky an angle. The rear wheels are, well, very, very much through the bodywork in places. Everything is twisted. The chassis is at a terrible, terrible angle. The batteries and motors are looking like they're going to fall out the front at any moment in time. We actually got it up to 50 miles an hour. And then we managed to crash on the landing of the jump. But we got it up to 50 miles an hour, which is impressive going. The front wheels are just splayed apart. But because they're splayed quite evenly, it's still working. How is this car moving? This shouldn't be moving. Surely this can't keep going for much longer. Surely this can't. It's going to take a knock somewhere that will finally finish off the chassis, I think, but it's just where? Where will do it? Will it be the motocross jumps? Will we beach it on a motocross jump, perhaps? The more likely outcome here? I don't know. We continue to crash and smash our way through here. I don't believe how long this car is surviving on the front end. There's part of our bodywork now. Oh, we are really struggling. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. We're good. We are good. Only just a few millimeters to spare in terms of ground clearance. Oh dear. We might be in trouble here. We might be in trouble. There is a reverse. We can do that because of the angle that we are pointing at there. It is allowed to reverse. Oh dear, that's oh bugger. No. We can't drive. Can we get a reverse? Get a reverse. Oh, piss. It's beached. It's done for. It's had its core on the rear chassis. Essentially, it looks actually like what was left over of the exhaust. If we wiggle it about, we can almost get some drive. Oh, it's done. It's done for. Oh, or is it? No. Oh no! It's got traction, but now we've just beached it further. We've beached it fully on the middle of the car. I think it's. Then we're gonna have to call it. It's gone. The SBR4, the electric SBR4, made it around 3 laps. It couldn't make it on to its 4th, though. Just repeated beatings on the chassis meant it ended up being so bent we got the car beached. It is a new failure. A new failure for a vehicle, though. And I'm astounded how well the suspension and steering held up for that long without... I mean, we could still turn the car. You can see how splayed the wheels are. They survived all of that punishment. The back of the car, as you can see, very, very knackered. Almost worked its way free, but in the end, yep, too benter a chassis would lead to the car's demise. So, on to our results table, and it is the electric SBR4 that goes best for today on lap 3. However, it fails to beat the normal SBR4. That overheated down the second lot of motocross jumps, whereas the electric one gave up with its bent chassis just at the end of the first set. I wonder if perhaps the higher speeds that we were attaining were collapsing the suspension a lot quicker in the electric one. Also, a lot of weight over the front in the electric one. Perhaps that didn't help. A little bit further down, we find the diesel Pazima in 11th place. Not too bad a showing from that car. Certainly making it on to its 3rd lap is always good. Can't quite make it as far, though, as the fiery Moonhawk or the Sunburst. Overheated all the D-Series with his melted engine. But still, yeah, lap 3 is a good showing. We do have to go a little bit further down to find the diesel Covet, 21st place for that one. However, it does beat the standard car. That didn't get off the opening lap. It does go a bit further than the Legrand as well. It kind of failed at the same point that the Bolide failed. However, the Bolide lost a wheel but did still drive a little bit further, managing to claw its way slightly up the hill, whereas the diesel Covet, once that wheel axle was snapped, there was no driving for that car. But yeah, it could have been worse. Could have been worse for the diesel hatchback. That, though, is going to be it for this video. As ever, I shall put links in the description to the mods I've used so you can download them and have a go with them yourself. If you want to see kind of a visual representation of this table, a big thank you to Evil McSheep, who is doing like and updating a map every episode these come out. It should be the pinned comment in this video. I don't know how good the image will be if you're on a mobile because there's quite a lot of information going on. However, yeah, you can check that out. It's really cool to see where all the various cars have broken down and the various comparisons, etc. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.